One, two, one, two, one, two, one, two, one, two. Bad Truth is in the building. What's going down? Man, I am so late. You already know what happened. First of all, I've been catching I can't even say it's like really been a cold, but I've been messed up trying to uh, working in that freezer and then sweating and then coming out into the heat. Yo, what up, fam? How you feeling, baby? I don't know. Are you back in town yet? Let me know. Um, hey, Diane, what's up, Auntie? Happy 4th of July. Tell everybody down there I said what's up. I seen Brenda. She commented on Wizzy's graduations. Thanks for the all the shout outs, man, for my daughter's graduation on Monday. I'll talk about that in a minute. But my voice is a little bit hoarse, man. I've been if this looked like a beer, it's not. It's my grape juice. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. Okay, she says she'll be back on the 10th. But when you get back, we definitely gonna have to plug. Let me get my camera right. Um, I was kind of like off today. Um, and let me see. I still ain't got my camera right. Hopefully, that's gonna work right there. It's gonna have to work. You dig? But yeah, man. That new job, man. When you're working in the freezer, then sometimes you be sweating. Then sometimes you come out in the sun or outside. That air it wraps you up inside your throat and stuff like that. So I've been kind of struggling. It's not really been a cold. I haven't been feeling sick, but my voice is a little bit hoarse. But what's happening with everybody? Oh man, it really felt good to have the days off so that I could do the podcast because man, that's one of the highlights of my week. Me and G Nice, we was talking I think Wednesday on the Ballhead Nuts, and we was talking about calling versus career. And I know he asked me a question and I said you know, when I'm on the stage or something like that, you dig what I'm saying? Like whether it was when I was rapping or like when I do the public speaking or just like when we doing a podcast, like when we sitting here and we chopping it up, um, this feels like life. You dig what I'm saying? Especially like when people inbox me after the podcast is over with and we chop it up, or somebody say, "Hey man, you said something that really touched my heart," and they really get something from the podcast. You can't describe that feeling, man. You can't put like words on that feeling because now you know for a fact, like, okay, this is what God is calling me to do. You know what I mean? He's got me on a mission because anytime that people want to listen to what you got to say, you got to respect that. And then you also got to, be grateful for it. And so I'm always grateful, you know what I mean, for everybody that be popping in, like whether it's like Auntie Diane, she been supporting me ever since I was a kid. Whether I go to jail or whatever I do, Auntie is in my corner. Auntie Billy, my Auntie Marianne, my Auntie Betty Joe, and so you got family that's gonna support you, vice versa, friends that gonna support you. But then again, sometimes I get some people that I don't even know. And they be like, man, I like the podcast. Keep doing what you're doing. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's a blessing. So I missed y'all, if that make any sense, man. So I really wish, that I could still figure out the time to put the podcast together, man, so we could chop it up. So y'all chop it up, Diane, Auntie just said happy fourth. And Auntie, that's basically one of the concepts that I wanted to kind of like steal for today and then kind of like talk about it. You know what I mean? We know happy fourth of the 4th of July. And I don't really know if it's something to be happy about. Yeah, I missed you too, so Lisa. And I'll be down there on August next month for the wedding. I think me, you supposed to be walking in the wedding, ain't we? That's what's up. I'm gonna be fresh, so you better come on. We're gonna look good together. But meanwhile, uh, I called it emancipated, and I wanted to kind of like spin off on that and talk about like coming home from the joint, being free, and going through it. A lot of times, I don't want to use the institutionalized as a crutch or an excuse, for the things that that people that's been locked up do. But I'm gonna show you this little video and just this happened to be a young lady who was incarcerated. And she said some stuff, man, that struck home with me. You know what I mean? She said some real live things that I go through. And I really felt it because it made me feel like, okay, now, you know what I mean? It's always good to talk to somebody that's locked up because then they feel how you feel. And I think where the barrier be coming between me and like y'all and maybe like family members and stuff like that is because no matter how much you tell a person about being institutionalized, or you tell them about these behaviors or these funky attitudes that you're going through, or why you antisocial and why you don't talk to, they'll never understand it unless they do the time. They do not know, how your mind was warped while you was in the joint. You dig what I'm saying? And so um I'm gonna show you a video, and then we're gonna talk about it. But first of all, let me just say this real quick to my youngest daughter, Wisdom Unique Grace. This week, man, you probably didn't see it, but I shedded some tears. You know what I mean? When I got back to my car, and then like inside of my heart, I was blessed. The backdrop on that little situation right there, I remember being in a joint and talking to her, and as she started coming to like a young lady, like 16, 17, you know, I used to always tell Stank, I used to be like, listen, I'm either going to a graduation or I'm going to a funeral. It's up to you. You choose. And so it's a little joke. We used to crack jokes because I'm always threatening her about slapping her face or something like that because she got a smart mouth. What's up, cousin? O'Shea Reloaded. What's the word? And so I'm always talking crazy to my daughter about, I'm always threatening her because her mouth is smart. You dig what I'm saying? She says some of the reckless stuff. And so I'll give you like a little backdrop. Last year, when it was time for her to graduate, I was picking her up from work. And then I just happened to say, hey, Stank, like, what's up with the nightgown and, you know what I mean, invitations? We ain't get none of that. You dig what I'm saying? And so she was going through a phase and she was mad and she was like, I don't want to talk about it. And so obviously I knew right then and there something went wrong and she wasn't about to just graduate. You dig what I'm saying? But the whole time, I was talking to her mom and I was talking to her leading up to the graduation, everything was on track. So my this is my situation as a father. If you can be out here in the streets turning up, whether you drinking Hennessy or you smoking, you doing, remember she turned 18, we did the Airbnb. They had Remy. I went into the Airbnb. They got Remy in the Airbnb. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. I'm gonna fall back because I know what it's like to be a teenager. When I was at that age, we did our thing. But this is my thing as dad. I'm gonna help. I'm gonna support you. I'm gonna let you do you. You want to play grown or however it's gonna be. But when it's time to graduate, I need to go to this graduation, or we're gonna have to go to a funeral. And that's how it was. And so the particular day that I picked her up from work, she kind of like spazzed out, and me and her fell out. It was like, man, you sit up here, man, and you had me thinking that everything was going right, and you know what I mean. And now all of a sudden it ain't together. Okay, it happens. It happened to me. I didn't graduate on time. You dig what I'm saying? So I felt her. I just really wanted me and her to have that conversation. So when you and your kids talking, it's always a matter of, with me, I want my kids to know that we can talk about any and everything. I done been through it all. I done seen it all. I don't care if we're talking about stealing, lying, having sex, selling dope, robbing people, breaking into. I don't care what you want to talk about. Forest Street, I done did it. You dig what I'm saying? Um, and so I always be want to leave that door open. Like, man, we need to be able to chop it up. You know what I mean? And so I felt bad because we didn't get a chance to chop it up. But then when I see her in her element, moving and grooving on Facebook, turning up Hennessy, and they lit, they doing this and that, I felt like that same energy should have been into the books. Well, okay, fast forward all that. She didn't make it with her class in 2022. So I get a call from this lady, and I should have took the video and I should have uploaded it to the thing so I could show you the lady the video, but it's on my page. But never mind. So I get a call from this lady, right? This lady says, um, Mr. Grice, I was Nubia's counselor back when she was at North. You know what I mean? I rocked with her, as soon as she came through North High School. And she was like, she's always been one of my favorite peoples. And she says, she know that Nubia wasn't getting, I mean, not Nubia, Wizzy. I get them mixed up. Both of them crazy. My daughters. All right. So she says, Wisdom is not graduating. She's like, I know she's not graduating on time, but I talked to her. And she has, decided to work with me, and I'm going to walk her through these online classes, and I'm not going to let her quit. And she says, I'm giving you a call because I want to know if I got permission to be able to call you. If she starts slacking, if she stopped doing anything but giving me 100%. And so me, her, and Oli, we was all on the phone. Wizzy was in the background, and she just laying it down. She was like, she in my office. She was like, I'm not going to let her give up. And she was like, I'm going to stay on her, and we're going to stick with it. And so, me and her had fell out. So, she in the background trying to act like she mad. And then she was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this and that. And she did it. You dig what I'm saying? And she stuck with it. And then when it was time for this year, on her post on her page, she was like, I'm a little bit late, but better late than never. Something she said. And I felt that, but I'm supreme on that because I didn't make it on time with my class in '92. But my mom wouldn't let me give up. My roommate, she was on me when she knew about them classes. She was like every day, like, boy, get down there to them classes and go get that paper. And I'm the same way with Wizzy. You got to be the same way with your kids, man. And just because they might not graduate with their class, I am so proud of my daughter for what she did and how she, you know what I mean? Because what I was trying to tell Wiz, I was saying, whenever you get out into this world and you try to go get a job, them people is looking for like references. And so school is like a little reference that you can complete a task. So if you grown right now and you ain't got your high school diploma, you ain't got a GED, you got to go back and go get that piece of paper. Because them people want to know that, okay, if I hire you, you can follow it through, that you ain't a give up. You won't give up and you won't quit on me. And so, Wiz, I just want to say, Pops, salute you. I love you to death. And that's what I did what I did. You know what I mean? That's between me and her. I put something inside of an envelope and I actually went to the bank and, you know what I mean, made something and did something for it because I I'm not a big fan of her and her friends in the Airbnb and doing this and that. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, I don't really want to spend my money on that. But we did have an agreement that if she crossed that line, that I was gonna do something for her, and I had to do it, and I wasn't even mad at it, and I'm so glad that she finished it. And that day, I think it was Wednesday, when I got to the crib, man, I thank God so much, and I kind of cried. You dig what I'm saying? Because it was just like, damn, you know what I mean? I miss Nubia. I wasn't there for that. Dejan graduated down in Texas. So now I'm finally out, God, and you let me see my baby cross that stage. And so if you watch the video of her on my page, when she grabs her certificate, this lady and her give each other a hug and they kind of like shake each other. And that's Shorty that rolled with her and stuck with her. And I say all of that to say this again, too. Not all white people are bad, man. You know what I mean? That white lady stuck with my baby and she helped her get through the thing. And Wiz, you deserve all the props, man, because it's hard work and you gotta stay focused and you gotta do what you gotta do. And you did what you had to do and you crossed the line, man. And so I'm saluting you again and I'm gonna support you. Then she turned around, not only did she graduate, the next day she went to the license branch and she passed her license test. And so she got her L's. And so I'm like, I told her straight up, I said, this week you've been winning. You dig what I'm saying? You need to go and tell the Lord, thank you. When you start having like little favors and stuff like that happening in your life, you graduated, now you done got your L's. We just got her a car like a couple of months ago. You dig what I'm saying? I was able to be blessed through something that happened to put that together for her, the down payment on the car. So it's just like God is blessing me, He blessing you. Keep running and keep doing your thing, you know what I mean? And stay on top of it. Sometimes I be wondering, like, when people be messaging me and you on Facebook, do you not go to my page and know that I'm live? I mean, you can't see that. I don't know. Maybe you can, maybe you can't. It's not a disrespect. It's not a shot, but that's what it is. Okay. Shout out to my daughter. Shout out to everybody else that graduated. I know my man Jeff Cribbs. I think he had a grandson that was graduating. My man, Silk the Shocker. I think his daughter, somebody else was graduating. My man Nick Brown, my cousin Nick Brown, rest in peace. Uh, Looking down, bro, your daughter was there. She graduated, and so graduation is a big thing. So shout out to my daughter. Now back to the emancipation. You know what I mean? This is crazy. Let me just do this real quick. I can't believe this. All right, and so listen. I played a spin on the emancipated, right? And so I had to keep talking about this, and I had to keep like bringing this up. I hate to keep bringing it up or trying to use it as if institutionalized is a crutch or an excuse for like behaviors. But I'm tired of people getting mad at me, and I'm tired of people, you know what I mean, saying slick stuff about what I'm going through or just not understanding. And it's just like, man, in a few minutes, I be feeling like, man, like leave me alone, you know? And that's how I really start feeling, man. And I was talking to my man Vinny Rob today, and he said a few different things. So I got some notes. Let me put my little notes together and let me just talk about it like a little few things. And I want to talk about the institutionalized. I'm gonna show y'all this video, and she's a lady. This is a lady, and she said some things, man. I'm telling you. And when she said what she said, it touched my heart and it warmed my heart because I felt her, and for the first time, she said something that sparked something. So I don't know if you got anybody that's ever did any time in prison. I'm talking about did some time, and what they call institutionalized is when you done did like more than 5 years. Anytime you done did more than 5 years, you're approved for like different programs when you get out for like help because you've been gone for so long from society that they have to read. They call it the re-entry program. They try to re-enter you back into society, and it's hard, bro. You dig what I'm saying? And so I know y'all see like a lot of victories. You know what I mean? It seemed like I'd be having like victory laps. Thank God tomorrow might be another one. You'll probably see about that one. But there it seemed like it's a lot of victory laps, and then you post everybody thinking that it's all good. But sometimes when I'm down in his basement, or sometimes when it's time to go to sleep, I be struggling, man. And I'm gonna tell you something that Vinny Rob said to me that I thought was so true. But let's check this video out real quick.
Can I just be like 100% transparent with you right now? Adjusting to society after being in prison is a real ass thing, and that shit is not easy. There's some days where I just feel like, yeah, everything's okay, everything's good, and I'm doing better, and I'm getting the hang of it, and then I'll just have like a dream, and it'll like literally fuck my whole mental up. So when I first got incarcerated, when I was in county and I was fighting my case, I used to have dreams where I would be at home and then I would wake up and I'd be in a cell, and it would just be like a feeling of doom, and like I would hate waking up. I would be homesick, I would be sad, I would get depressed and whatever, yada yada, right? Well, now I still have dreams, but it'll be reversed. So I'll have dreams that I'm in prison, and then I'll wake up and I'll be in my room. And it's not the feeling of doom per se, but it is a feeling like fuck.
Okay, and so let me break that one down for you. The being in the county and fighting the case and stuff like that, I went through all of that. You know what I mean? And I think one of the things that she said that stood out so big to me is that you have these dreams. And I remember when I was in Anamosa, when I finally got to a one-man cell and I was by myself, you got a chance to like think a lot and you have like a lot of free time. Have you ever had a dream and a dream be like so real, you really feel like you in the moment, and then all of a sudden you'll wake up and you'll be like, damn, that was a dream. Like, man, I wish I was like, I want to go back to sleep. I need to get back there. You know what I mean? Sometimes I was having dreams, man, that was like so real. Like I dreamed about my kid's graduation. I dreamed about being there, especially like Nubia, about her getting going through across the line, because Nubia was out here and she struggled when I went away. You dig what I'm saying? She went through some phases and I couldn't be there for her. So that right there hurt me. But I used to have these dreams, B, and I would wake up and I look around, nothing but brick walls and then a bar door. This metal barbed wire door. And Anamosa is the real sense of prison. This is like maximum prison. You know what I mean? COs come around flashing the light on you like every 30 minutes to make sure you ain't escape. You know what I mean? You sleeping in the toilet seat right there by your head, you dig? And so I used to wake up, man, and I'm talking about I used to be so mad, you know, just thinking that I was out there. And then it was with me, like I keep trying to tell y'all sometimes, I never knew like when I was coming home because I was fighting my case. I had took it to trial, and so I had a big number over my head, and I just didn't even know when I was gonna come home. And so then she flipped the script. So now she says that when she get home, it's different because now she has these dreams that maybe either she incarcerated or that she free, and you wake up and it's like, she used some choice words that I'm trying to get away from, but I felt it. I'll give you an example. Um, Upstairs there's like a loft type room and I got clothes up there, right? So I go up there and I look inside the closet. I'm going and pull down some more stuff. Like it's summertime, let me pull out some jean shorts and some stuff like that. And I look in this closet and I see my state prison jacket. So this jacket got, my last name on it, and it's got my state number on it. Now, this is the jacket that I used to wear when I was doing laps around the yard during the wintertime. You dig what I'm saying? It's the jacket that you put on when you're going across the yard to church, when you're getting ready to go hit the weight pile or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? And when I seen that jacket, man, my heart and my hands, my heart started beating so fast and my hands started shaking because I could picture myself on three different prison yards wearing this jacket, whether it was Oakdale, whether it was Anamosa, whether it was Newton, and I could see myself doing laps around the yard with this jacket on. And it was just like one of them anxiety attacks where I was like, damn, I don't never want to go back there. You dig what I'm saying? I don't ever want to go back to prison. And so today when I was talking about emancipated physically, tomorrow we'll do mentally, you know what I mean? But today we're talking about physically. It's been a struggle, man. You know what I mean? Being home and being free. I got to tell you, number one, it's the best feeling in the world versus the worst feeling in the world. So I got out in 21, like October. I got out the halfway house in March of 22. So I kind of go by the halfway house date when I got out in March because I was locked down a lot of times when I was in a halfway house. So I'm really free out here being on my own. It's been about like 16 months, a little bit over a year. And if you want to go by October, almost 2 years, right? There was this other video that this guy was talking about. He was just like, regardless, you can't take 16 or 18 months and erase 15 years of prison, because that mentality and then that state of mind that you have to be in, like when you're in prison, you have to get ready to jail. And what I mean by that, there's a mentality that you got to have while you're in prison that, okay, number one, you cannot be weak because they'll take advantage of you. Number two, it's really true. Some people might not write you. Some people might not visit you. You dig what I'm saying? You are going to have people that's going to die on you. So you have to have like, what I mean, sort of like a force field around your heart because if you're emotional and stuff like that, man, you'll be breaking down in there and there ain't no space for breaking down because everywhere you at, you got a celly. Whether you jump in the shower, seven other people down there. You and Anamosa, all of y'all in one big room with just like showers, dropping down on one person. You go to the gym, you go to church, you go to eat. You always around somebody. So it's like you don't even get a chance to be vulnerable. You don't get a chance to be weak. You know what I mean? You can't cry. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like I'm telling you, one of the times that I broke down where I just couldn't hide it is like when Horace died and when my brother Mark died. You dig what I'm saying? Like when I lost them, you know what I mean? It wasn't nothing I can do. You know what I mean? It hurt so bad that I just, you know what I mean? People can just look at me and they was like, man, let Barry have his space right now. He just lost his old man or he lost his brother. And, people will come up and they will comfort you. But it was just like I was in a funky space. But that's bad when you can't go nowhere and you can't even mourn. You see what I'm saying? And so you can't tell people that out here because now when you in there, what you're searching for is you're searching for a peace of mind. You always want to be at peace. You get tired of sleeping with a celly. So like when he at work, I got to try to go to the room so I can read a book, so I can just kind of chill out, try to take me a nap, so I can bump my music and just, be to myself. You never have that alone time. And so now you out here and you kind of cherish this alone time. And then you don't know how to react to people. You don't know how to interact all the time. I don't know how to be social all the time. Like I might give you a few conversations here and there, but other than that, I'm about to go somewhere, man, and chill out. Man, what you doing? What happened? You ain't even call me back, boy. I was down here making beats. I was drawing. I might just be thinking. I might be reading pages from a book. I don't know. But I just be feeling like you don't want to talk either. Like you shouldn't want to talk to me every day. I don't want to talk to you every day. Let's not talk every day. I don't know how to talk every day. And when you do it, then you build a relationship. And then once you get involved with somebody and you communicating on a regular basis, then something other stupid will come up. You dig what I'm saying? You don't understand text messages. You don't understand this and that. And then it's just all right back again. It's just like, man, you think you winning over here, but you losing over here. You win and you get another job, but then you losing over here. It just seemed like you one up to go one back. You dig what I'm saying? And I feel her. She said, it's hard and it's scary because you don't want to go back to prison, and it's crazy. But then listen to this. Me and Vinny Rob was talking, right? And then Vinny Rob said something to me that was so real. He says, sometimes I wish I was back in prison. And I never thought I would hear that. You know what I mean? I never thought that I'd hear somebody say, I wish I was back in prison, because it's really true. Sometimes I wish that I could just, man, listen, for this, excuse my language, for this shit here, I'd rather go back and go lay it down. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because it was simple. You see what I'm saying? When you in the joint, it's so simple. It's like, you know what time you eat. I got a workout bench at 2 o'clock. I go out there at 2 o'clock. Hey, me and my mans, we work out over here at 2 o'clock. That's it. I know what time Bible study starts. I know what time church starts. You dig what I'm saying? I know what time my favorite shows come on TV. And life, after you get done doing that for so many days, so many weeks, so many months, and so many years, that become your life. Then you get out here and you emancipated, right? You free. Now you got too many choices. It's too many choices. You dig what I'm saying? And thank God, um, the podcast has become popular. You dig what I'm saying? So I meet some new people. People jump in my box and they might think I'm sexy or whatever. That's cool. I love that. But I don't know how to talk to people. I don't know how to, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it like she said this. She says, you want everybody to think that it's all right, and so you're trying to be cool with them, but on the inside it's really not all right, because you feeling like soon as you get comfortable with somebody, sometimes you always thinking that they're gonna try to hurt you. Soon as they say something that that you might not like, since you've been in prison and you got this brick wall or this force field put up, you always on the defense. So quickly you take this defense, or you read things a different way, and they assume that you normal because they looking at you from freedom. They don't understand, like she said, that you just went through hell. So they can't grasp your mentality. They don't know. You know what I'm saying? So they just assuming it's like this, or you don't call somebody back, they just assume maybe you don't forgot about them, or you just being disrespectful, and it's like, nah, I just don't think like that. I can only handle like one task at a time. You got to let me do this one thing. And if you don't hear from me, you better call me back, because I might not ever call you. You dig what I'm saying? I might not ever hit you back. You dig what I'm saying? And it's nothing personal. You dig what I'm saying? Sometimes I can look over a text message and see somebody text me. But if I'm trying to work on like a portrait or something that I'm drawing, I got to stay focused on that, because once I lose my attention, I don't know how to multitask. I'm getting better. I don't know how to multitask, and I'm just keeping it 100. And it's hard to tell people that when you in your 40s. That's kind of like shameful. So that's what we talking about. It's like you being hurt. You're a grown man, and you scared to say that you can't do certain things. You know what I mean? And you want everybody to think that you're normal, but you ain't normal. I'm steadily falling out with my kids, and it's just like, I don't get y'all. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, I really thought that I was gonna take my grandson this weekend, and maybe he wanted to hang out with me. I was gonna shoot him past some stores and copy some shoes, or like take him out to eat. I sit down next to him at the graduation, was like, "Man, what you want to do this weekend?" Nothing. I said, "I thought you wanted some shoes or something." Nothing. And just looking at the ground, and he straight like dissed me as if I was nobody. But then the next day, he calls me and asks me for a ride to the Y. And I'm thinking to myself, like, little chump soup, you just dissed me yesterday. You dig what I'm saying? You just, like, now I got my day off. I'm thinking, because I want to chop it up with him. He don't want to chop it up with me. He don't want to hang out with me. He just want money. It's his birthday and that's it. But he don't want. I don't get that shit. You know what I mean? I thought like when you do birthdays and when you do stuff with people, y'all hang out and y'all talk. These kids ain't like that today, man. They don't care nothing about that. They just want to see what you got and they out. You dig what I'm saying? So that's weird to me. And then if you speak up on that and you say something to them, now you weird. Now you disrespectful. Oh, you weird. And then they stop talking to you. So it's like, you know what? I'm gonna just start punching motherfuckers in the mouth. You dig what I'm saying? I'm just gonna start elbowing kids, and you know what I mean? Anybody. Just like stay away from me. I'm gonna start putting signs and stuff on the door like, don't even talk to me today. Don't talk to me this week. Don't talk to me this month. Sorry, sorry about my language, but that's how I be feeling, B. And I mean, it's hard. And so Vinny Rob, I agree with that, bro. Um, I don't ever want to go back to prison. I ain't gonna lie. That is it. But sometimes you just get so overwhelmed out here that you know what I mean. There it is, in the throat, in the face. You know what I mean? Um, Sometimes, man, you just wish that life was simple, and it's not. It's busy out here, and I get it. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to get it together, but it's busy. Let me see some of my other notes. Yeah, you got to learn how to be free. And that's hard. Um, I remember I used to tell y'all, one of the things that Horse used to say to me when he used to come up there and visit me, my mom go to the bathroom or something like that, he would always feed into my spirit. And so he used to say little stuff to me like, um, they know who Sugar Bear is, but who is Arnold? It's time to show him Arnold, because I might have lost another court case or something like that. And so now we battling again. And, I felt what he was saying. You know what I'm saying? He was like, okay, you done did the street thing. You know what I mean? They think they locked you up. They done called you by this and they done said this and that. But now you gotta show these people who you was born to be. You see what I'm saying? Before the nickname came, Sugar Bear came, I got my dad's name, my biological father named Arnold. You dig what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Who is he? Who was he created to be? And you gotta try to figure that out. And so sometimes when we out here, I noticed that, you know what I mean? There's like three different personalities. Sugar Bear is that old me, you know what I mean? Which I got a little bit more sense about myself. I'm a little bit more knowledgeable. I love to read books. You know what I mean? I done stepped it up a whole lot far as like on some grown men. But that's bare truth. That's that new me. I reinvented myself, man. It's just like I want to be positive. I want to help people. I want to love people. I want to, you know what I mean? I want to be a stand-up guy. You know what I mean? I got standards and morals. You know what I mean? And I want to stick to the script. You dig what I'm saying? And then there's Arnold. You dig what I'm saying? And that's who I was born. That's, you know what I mean? And so it's just like this. You could be hood all you want to be. But can you go into a boardroom and turn that off and then turn on, somebody that can sit down with a president and chop it up with him? That's the reason why I'm trying to get the gold out of my mouth, because Sugar Bear did this I've been having gold in my mouth ever since I was like in high school. I've been having diamonds in my mouth like back in the 90s. Y'all seeing it now, like these kids see it now and stuff like that. And it's, might be amazing. Like, man, I've been on that. Now I want to be a public speaker. I love public speaking and I want to be able to touch some stages, and I don't want that in my mouth. You dig what I'm saying? I want to be able to throw on a tie and a suit and go somewhere. I rather want to throw on a mock neck and some jewelry and just do it. You dig what I'm saying? There's different facets to life. And I just, you know what I mean? I just want to win on every level. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't want to be held down to one title. And so when you get out here, I had that one little phrase. It was like it's a tug of war. Old friends is pulling at you. They want you to be somebody that you used to be. And then that man can come out, because I'm gotta tell you, man, I was shopping for a car this last couple of weeks, and it's different. The first time I got the car, I prayed about that car and I went and got that car because I really needed a ride. Now it's just like my credit then jumped up. I got some options. And then it kind of kicked me again because I was used to selling dope and I was used to like, okay, let's just go cop something. Now you got to deal with these people. You got to be in bidding wars about, you know what I mean, loan of value, interest rates, and how many years you want to spread it out, what you want your down payment to be, what's the book value of this and what's the book value of yours. And like, okay, no, you're not about to give me this for my car. And you know what I mean? And so it's like a whole war. And it was like, damn, this shit is harder than what I thought, you know? And then I walked away and I was frustrated because I wasn't used to that. Like, I'm used to selling dope. Go up, pull up on a lot, call somebody like, you still got that? All right, let me come through. What's the least you gonna take? Come through there and put that money in their face and drive off with that car. You know what I mean? That's how it used to be, but it ain't like that no more. And so you wish that you had the money like the drug dealing days, but it's not. You got to get up and go to work. So now you got to be careful because now I work. I ain't finna go take no car and then I got to pay a certain amount a month and I'm working this job. I might quit this job tomorrow. You dig what I'm saying? I need to make sure that that car note is still in there. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's emancipated. You know what I mean? Coming from prison and then trying to be free in this world. You know, sometimes I think what Vinny Rob is probably saying and what I'm trying to get to is really real. In their life is so simple and you can master that. You dig what I'm saying? You can get that together. You can get that in check. And then you get out here and it's too much going on. You can't get that in check, man. And so I tell you, if you know anybody that's in prison, that's been in prison, or you dealing with somebody that's from prison, you're gonna have to be patient with them and do not get frustrated by them saying that they going through it. Especially if they didn't did anything over 10 years and they only been home for like a year or two, they ain't finna have it together. They just ain't. And I hate it. The reason is why I hate it because when you a man, you got pride. You know what I mean? You hate to say that I don't feel right or I don't feel like I can do this. I don't feel like I can do that. As a man, you want to feel like you can kind of like take any challenge that's headed towards you and you can accomplish it or you can work at it, man. And I'm giving it one hell of a shot. But to keep it a buck, bare truth, y'all only see it when I post. I might get fly and get ready to go somewhere. So I take a couple of pics right up here against the wall when I throw on an outfit, post. I feel like that's branding myself for the page and to keep me like relevant. So when I do some public speaking, or what if I want to throw a party or something, people is used to seeing my face. And so that's the reason why I'm doing that. But it's like shit on the inside. I could still be hurting. Hey, little fam, Entree, I've been thinking about you. I'm so glad that you called me, man. I'm more that you popped up on the podcast. I got an idea for these bare truth sleepwear sets. They for the ladies. They're gonna be shorts and they're gonna be a tank top. I need to know if we can do it, my boy. What's up, my boy? That's a little family, my man's, and yeah, I seen him at Buffalo Wild Wings, and he was telling me he was doing this thing. So y'all remember we did the nightgowns and socks. This is gonna be my new connect. McAllister merch. Holler at him. You see him on my Facebook page. Holler at him if you're trying to get some t-shirts and some stuff done. Remember that, nephew. We want to do the sleepwear short sets with the tank tops. We're gonna do something with bare truth on it, make it kind of dope, and we're gonna probably try to sell those like next month or maybe at the end of July. Hit me. I got your number, or hit me on the Facebook thing. Or if you're gonna be at Buffalo Wild Wings, I might be sliding through there. But we gotta talk. We gotta talk soon. I'm talking about immediately. While I'm off these couple of days, let's talk. Let's do that. And see, that's another thing with me. My mind is always going. I'm always trying to be on business ventures. And I can't wait till I get rich, till like I'm a millionaire. You dig what I'm saying? Um, because that way you can have assistants and you can like delegate people to do stuff like that for you. Like right now, I'm just like in the fresh season, so God be blessing me with like these little ideas and stuff. And I wish I had me like a down teammate or running mate, somebody that'd be like, yeah, let's do this, let's do that. You dig what I'm saying? He says for sure we're gonna get together for sure, work on it. Yeah, I already know. And Nubia had already told me that you go hard, and so I know she's got a little machine, and maybe we can get her out the woodwork to kind of like help. You dig what I'm saying? Because Nubia super talented, man. My daughter on the clothes, she goes so hard. And I came home thinking that me and her was about to go into business together, and we ain't did not one damn thing. And that's another thing I'm mad about too. And so if she get punched out, you're gonna probably know why it happened. So there it is. I'm gonna show you another video real quick, and I want to speak on this because this is something that this lady said too that was pretty dope. And I want y'all to check it out, and we're gonna talk about that one. Be right back.
And those who have done time and have been incarcerated, especially for years, who struggle with being institutionalized, will understand what I'm saying, because it is extremely hard to start over again in life. Not only do you have a different mindset, you're a completely different person. You 9 times out of 10 come out in this world, and when you come back to your family or your friends, or like you kind of like put in a position where you kind of have to act like nothing happened. And that's the hardest part of it all, is because you just went through hell, like you were living in a living hell, and then you come back and like you gotta, like, everything's supposed to be okay. You dreamt, you waited for this moment for so long, and then it's kind of like in your face, and it's not what you thought it was. It's very, very hard to explain to a person who especially has not been incarcerated before to understand this type of mindset, but I struggle with this a lot. That's why I don't be posting as much sometimes. I'm like, I don't even know how people find the time to just post back to back like that. Like, it's just like it's so crazy out here. Like, it's a trip. It's a big mind fuck sometimes.
Yeah. I felt it so hard on that one. You dig what I'm saying? It's just like I really wish I knew her. I wish I could have got her on the show and maybe like talk. I don't know how you would go about something like that. I might try to see if I could talk to her. And maybe I wanted to get Vinny Rob on there. Khan was supposed to come. I sent Khan the link. We were supposed to talk about institutionalized, and we gonna do it, man. And just try to bring awareness to it, but not wear it out. You know what I mean? Because I don't want the label. You dig what I'm saying? And I don't want a pity party. I don't want you to pity me and woe is me and he's going through that. But I think what I would like from people is just not to always assume that I got it together, because I don't. You know what I mean? And so you might see me in a pic, or you might see me doing this and that. You might be like, damn, Bear, you out here, you winning. You dig what I'm saying? And then you know, yeah, but I'm hurting on the inside. You dig what I'm saying? I got like so much going on my mind and stuff. I could probably take a picture, I'm really like, excuse my language, I'm shitty because when I came home, B, I really thought like me and Avion was gonna click. He just don't understand. Like, boy, you got like the coolest grandfather on the planet. It's like, man, your grandfather is the coolest, and you talking about being fresh. I'm fresh, and it's just like, I get him in the car, and you're like, you can't get a conversation out of him. He wanna sit on his phone. Me and him had a conversation like one time about a school teacher he didn't like, and that's about it. You dig what I'm saying? I came to the crib thinking like, man, my man's we about to have a secret handshake. You dig what I'm saying? Like we about to be the tightest. It's like, what I mean? I even wrote a song about the shit, like, about shopping, about cutting his hair. I'm a shoe freak. So it's like, man, you can't love shoes more than me. Your mama can't even. I don't care what kind of shoes she buy you. None of y'all get this shit from me. It's like I am the shoe man. This is what I do, and it's not like I want to glorify like materialistic thing. Because if you see him on the post when she posting, he fly. Dude is super fly. But I got so much knowledge to give him about being fly and about being humble, about what I mean, taking care of your stuff. I thought I was gonna be able to teach him how to clean his shoes. He don't want to hear no stuff like that. I thought that I was gonna come on like, bro, you got like some of the illest shoe game in the world to be a teenager. My cousin JD and my cousin TT, man, like, listen, we had shoe cleaning nights. Like, you don't just get shoes and you just run them in the dirt. When you come home, you put your shoes up. I don't care if you take a pair of socks and you put them in at the toe so you don't mess your shoes up. And you clean your soles off with 409. You dig what I'm saying? I got shoes when I came home from the joint that still look like they brand new, like right now. And they almost like 2 years old, fam. It's like, but the moral of the story is I thought that me and him was going to kick it. I thought it was going to be like so good. Me and Wizzy, I thought it was gonna be good. And like, that's my baby. We get together, we talk, and me and her will have some real conversations. But the thing is, nobody wants to listen to me when I'm trying to give them advice. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, and see, Wizzy is my baby. You dig what I'm saying? Avion is Nubia's baby. And so Nubia, you can spoil Avion and do whatever you want to do. That's your baby. You right. And you know what I mean? And so when it comes to Wizzy, I try to do some things for her because when I left and I went to the joint, she was only 3 years old. So, she didn't really see like the birthday parties or the big Christmases that everybody else was getting. She was too little to understand it. She always had stuff when I was out here, but like when I left, there was a gap. You dig what I'm saying? It's because anybody that know me, I took care of my kids. I was never, what I mean, a deadbeat dad. You can never put that on my resume because that's not him. You dig what I'm saying? And so now that I'm here, and when I see her doing little things, I want to do little stuff for her. And then I know sometimes, Nubia is there too. She 30, but she's still my baby. When I left, she was 14. And so it's like, but damn, Noob, you work at John Deere. You winning too. You dig what I'm saying? And you can do clothes too. So it's like you winning, but then you got everybody and you wish that you can just do everything. But I ain't selling dope no more. You dig what I'm saying? This ain't the dope game. It ain't like I just got thousands just to throw around and stuff like that. Everything I get, I work hard for it. And so what am I trying to say? Emancipated. Uh, I'm trying to be free. I'm really, really, really trying to get this free thing down. And I love it. And thank the people that's in my life with the positive comments who really mean it. Some people will shoot you some stuff, man, and they don't really care about your well being. They just saying it because everybody else saying it, but in the back of their mind or up under their breath, they really praying on your downfall. And so I could tell when that energy is around me. You know what I mean? And I'm still gonna do nothing but wish you the best because I don't have any ill will in my heart. You know what I mean? And so while I'm out here every day, the goal is to make a move. How can I make some type of money? Because I'm a hustler. So them clippers is coming on. I don't care. Every single day they coming on. I don't care whether you cash at me or whether you put it inside of my pocket. Every day I thank God that I cut somebody hair. And that's the difference between me and the other barbershops. When you come holler at the Bare Truth, we cut on Sundays. We gonna be cutting on Mondays. So Tuesday is the 4th of July. So Monday, if your shorties ain't got no haircut and they still looking a mess and you want them to look nice and presentable, holler at them. And shout out to Christina and my little buddy Jonathan. Jonathan came through and she posted it. Jonathan is he has autism or he's autistic, and he was giving me funk about cutting his hair. And I kind of figured that if we just keep going, like, fam, you're gonna wear yourself out. And then after a while, it was just like, he just started letting me do it. And then next thing you know, he looking up at the clippers, but he just like letting me do it. And I was just trying to figure out ways that I could use different clippers that wouldn't bite. So I'm telling you all of this is because this is what I do. I love to do this. I love the challenge of doing stuff. You know what I mean? Because there's a girl that I work with. She says she has an autistic grandson, I think. Bring him to me. You dig what I'm saying? Bring your kids over here. This all we doing every day. Bear truth. Being about righteousness every day. Now that I'm free, I get a chance to just try to be positive every day. I get a chance to try to show love every day. I get a chance to try to make somebody day a little bit brighter. I get a chance to try to put a smile on somebody's face. Now in my past, I would probably rob you. I would probably sell you dope. You dig what I'm saying? Or I would probably, my intentions wasn't good. I still had a good heart. We would drink and stuff like that. But I'm talking about every day I look for this. I look for God to show up in my life so I can glorify Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? The Bible says that all good gifts come from above, coming down from the Father of lights, in whom there is no partiality. So if you get any good gift, or if I do anything good to you or for you, that's because God blessed me with it and He put it on my heart to do it for you. So it's God giving you the blessing. It's God that's doing the good. He's just using me as a vessel. And so when I learned that in prison, when I came home, I thought that this what life would be about. And so that's how I've been trying to work this thing out. Let me see what Christina said. He looks so handsome. Thank you for dealing with him. I mean, but that's life. That's what we do. You dig what I'm saying? We're just trying to win. We're trying to win on every level. And so back to what I was saying, emancipated um, physically, because you got some people that's out here. I'm gonna give it to you raw. Y'all free, but y'all have created a prison for yourself out here. You dig what I'm saying? Okay. Oh yeah, he's sending me posters. He's sending me pics of some of the work that he did. Dude is dope. If y'all see him on my line right now, McAllister merch. Hey, he go hard, and so we definitely about to put something together. I'm checking it out. Yeah. And so we definitely gonna do something. We're gonna do something, nephew. I'll be in your face soon. And you should probably figure out where I live at so we can come down here so we can brainstorm and stuff like that. You dig? But yeah, back to what I was trying to say real quick. There were some people that's out there, man, and if you created a prison for yourself, I'm giving it to you like raw. You see, I'm struggling with coming home from being in prison and I'm trying to deal with being free. Here you is, you've been free. I got a friend named Tasha, man, T. She sent me that little video and it was on my page and she was just like the dude was talking, he was just like, that should be motivation, how you let a dude that's been in prison for like 10, 15, 20 years come home and run laps around you free cats. Let's be a little bit more humble about that. We ain't coming home to try to run laps around y'all. We coming home with this mentality like we behind. Like we was in a joint working for like 53 cents, 27 cents, 24 cents an hour. And some of the jobs that I had, I only made like 18 to $20 a month. Now, thank God for my family that they were sending me money, but let that sink into you. You only making like $20 a month and you working. And so when you get out here and you see these jobs paying like, man, 18, 19, 20, $21, they know they see us coming. You dig what I'm saying? They see us coming because they know we finna come get that bag. You dig what I'm saying? And okay, it ain't like the dope game. So all of y'all that's getting it from the mud and y'all really out here shining, hey, more power to you and yours. You dig what I'm saying? You got bigger problems than I do. I just gotta, try to put up with a manager's funky attitude. You gotta try to put up with the feds or a confidential informant or somebody trying to rob you. So I'd rather take that than that. I've been there before. I don't want to look over my back no more. But I said all of that to say this. We coming home and we see these opportunities. And the only thing we doing is we jumping on them because it's like we behind time. You dig what I'm saying? That's why when I went in the Sterilite, they seen me on every shift. They was like, damn, what shift do you work on? Because we see you here like every day. Like, yeah, I'm busting your face for 60 hours a week. Because them checks was like 11, 1,200 every Friday. I need that. You dig what I'm saying? And so in 2 months, I bust their head for like 10,000 because I'm used to having money. And so we're not coming home trying to outdo y'all. We're not in the race with y'all. Y'all on your own thing. So if you created a prison for yourself of lazy, you know what I mean? If you stagnant and you don't want to get up and you don't want to get out and get something, that's your fault, family. If you stuck and you done created a prison with weed and alcohol and you feel like you can't do nothing and you can't make a move, you need to be emancipated because you stuck. You stuck because that's all you want to do. You want to smoke weed. You got to smoke weed every day. You got to drink every day. That's a prison. You dig what I'm saying? And while we was in prison, I didn't have that. So when I got out, I don't want to go back to that prison. I don't want to go back to no prison. You see what I'm saying? And so that's a prison. Um, just being out here sleeping around, that's a prison. I don't want to be like a whoremonger. You dig what I'm saying? Dipping in and out all kind of different types of women and just laying up with people. That ain't my thing. More power to you if that's how you want to do it. But that ain't what I'm trying to do with my life. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm winning in certain areas. I'm hurting in some areas. But y'all losing in some areas out here too, and y'all free. Y'all free and y'all losing, man. And y'all could really be doing something, you know what I mean? He said, man, that's true. Ish, for real, for real. He said, I just stopped smoking. So read that. No, let me put the other one up there. He says, yeah, man, true ish. For real, for real. I just stopped smoking. And more power to you. Because some people they are in a prison of smoking. I don't care if it's cigarettes. You know what I mean? Some people can't let the cigarettes go. And some of the people that be going outside on the breaks and I still see them smoking Newports, it's like, yeah. Do you think I'm actually about to pay $10 a day for a pack of squares? That's a 50 to 60, $70 habit a week. 7 times 4. That's $280 a month on cigarettes. I pay less than that for the Buick a month. You dig what I'm saying? For the Buick LaCrosse. So you praising me, talking about, man, your car clean. You put down the cigarettes and you could have one of them. You dig what I'm saying? If you think about it, put down the cigarettes and you can have one of them. You know what I mean? And so I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So emancipated physically. Be cool, be patient with the people that's coming home from prison and try to understand them. If you like, let me give you this advice. If you feel like it's something that we're not doing right, come to us and explain it. Communication is everything. If you come and you holler at me, you be like, you know what? Um, I see the way you moving and grooving, but right here in this little area right here, I think we missing because when you say this, I feel like this, or when I say this, it makes you feel like this. How can we, you know what I mean, communicate better, or how can I help you, get over that hump? You dig what I'm saying? And so big ups to me because that was one of the things we used to do. We used to do resolution and conflict solving problems in prison. And so I had like different like programs where we sit down with people and we try to resolve conflict without arguing and fighting. You dig what I'm saying? And so sometimes you might just have to sit down and talk to people like that. You might just have to do that instead of getting mad and spazzing out or flipping off the handle or talking about people. They ain't doing this, they ain't doing that. You might want to try a different approach because no matter what you say or how you say it, if you don't come with the communication thing, it's over my head, money. I'm telling you something, and I have no problem with hibernating. I am not bare truth for no reason. I will hibernate on you. And I do not have no problem with closing my circle to one. I close my circle to one and I have fun hanging out with myself. I be on the podcast. I got two screens. I be listening to music. I be writing raps. I be writing poetries. I can go over here. I can read a book. I can go over there and draw. Somebody call me and they got money and they want a haircut. I go over there and cut their hair. When I get tired, I go over there and I go lay down. I love hanging out with myself, fam. So you ain't finna break me by being mad at me. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You ain't finna make me no better. You ain't finna make me die down to your level, or you ain't about to make me come up to your standards, whichever you prefer, by being mad or talking crazy or falling out. I'm telling you right now, I got a problem. What you want to do? You want to be friends or not? If not, then it is because I'm damn near through with my kids and everybody. You dig what I'm saying? That's why I'm talking to my sister. I'm about to move to the ATL. I'm gonna start from scratch. I'm gonna meet brand new people. They ain't gonna even know where I've been. You know why? Because I ain't gonna even tell nobody. You been locked up? Nope, boy. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna care. You dig what I'm saying? And we just gonna start from scratch. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how I feel in my mind. Now maybe God got a different plan for me. I'm just saying it's just up here. So we being funny, we cracking jokes, but emancipated, the physical part of it. This is part one. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about the mental part. You dig what I'm saying? And so I kind of touched upon it a little bit, but hopefully I can get a guest. Maybe if I can get Vinny Rob on here, you know, maybe we might be able to get somebody to come on here and talk about how to tap into the different aspects of the mind to make you, get it together. G Nice said anybody knows is good at being a ghost. Hey, believe me, it's the truth, bro. I mean, it's the truth, man, and it's not nothing personal, man. But you know, I could listen. I can jump into ghost form in a minute. I'll put a sheet on you in a minute, and get creepy on you. You be like, where they disappear to? Like he out of here, bro. It's for real, for real. But yeah. So tomorrow we're gonna do that, and then Tuesday before I go to work, I think I'm gonna do another Bible study, and I'm gonna talk about being emancipated in the spiritual realm. You know what I mean? Vice versa, sin. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna try to mix it all up. Emancipated, man. You know, I'm glad to be free. You know, and thank God. You know, I got another blessing coming tomorrow, and you'll probably see about that one too. You know, so it is what it is. Let me see. I think we got the yeah, we at the 9 o'clock mark, right on time, man. And so I'm looking for anybody that's been in prison that want to jump on the podcast while I'm talking about emancipated. Uh, you know, jump on there. He says the conflict comment is the way you should showcase the conflict. Oh, for real, yeah. You know, so yeah, it is. It really is. You know, the conflict. But me and G Nice, that's my man. You know, it's good to have that dude in your corner. You know what I mean? Because he's a big thinker too, and a lot of times we swap like a lot of ideas. You know what I mean? And so he's really real. You know, he knows what it's like to be a ghost. I knows what it's like to be a ghost, and to get away. And sometimes just you have to separate yourself sometimes from people. But the goal is to have beautiful relationships and communication is everything. If I can give anybody that, learn how to communicate. Sometimes when you're talking to somebody, don't always assume that this person is a jive turkey, or they just they ain't, because sometimes people are, we ain't, don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? You got some rude, and you got some arrogant, and you got some people out here that really ain't know nothing, that really don't care about other people, and that's how they are, and that's how they talk. But if you know me, I love, and I love hard. um but it's just certain things I'm just not gonna get involved with, man. And it's just like, I'm trying, and I'm struggling, so I ain't finna damage myself trying to spread myself thin for somebody else, and I ain't got it together. So that's one of my problems, man. And thank y'all for listening today, man. I love the podcast. I love rocking with y'all. Love chopping it up with y'all. I don't know, G Nice, if you want to pop up tomorrow and stuff like that, you dig what I'm saying? Maybe you come across some, how we do it. We talk about it. We rap about it. We gonna do it. It's the 4th of July weekend. Nick has got something going on at Miss Bumani's. Uh, I think there's like about $50 to get in, the red, blue, and the boom or something like that. Cause she got the patio, the dope patio with the fire pits. And so when you probably sitting out there, you're gonna see the fireworks all over the place. Then they're gonna have like food. Matter of fact, Nick, I was just talking to Vinny Rob, and he's got a friend who's a caterer, and so he's catering the food. So he already said that the greens is gonna be on point. And so since I don't drink liquor, you know what I mean, I might just come through with like a couple of plates and just run through like the buffet line like about 3 times, wrap some stuff up, take it to the car, and then come back. No, I'm just playing. But meanwhile, if you ain't got nothing to do, Miss Bumani's, happy birthday to my man Jimmy. Jimmy will be turning 49 tomorrow, man. And I don't know what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna probably put on some clothes. It's gonna be a brand new day. Bare Truth might level up again tomorrow with God's will. I might just level up again on y'all. I don't know. I got something in the works. Can't tell you right now. But let's have fun this weekend, man. The weekend is over. I'm just saying, for the holiday. I don't care if you're traveling up and down the road. I pray to Christ, for God, for traveling mercies for anybody that's traveling back and forth on the highway for the 4th of July. Drink and be responsible. Playing with them fireworks, be responsible. Don't get drunk, don't get high, and don't have them kids out there lighting up fireworks and you do something dangerous and you hurt one of them kids. Don't be using them fireworks, the Roman candles, to shoot at people. You dig what I'm saying? Let's be safe, man, and let's keep it 100. It's so easy to hate, and it's so easy to be mean and stupid and negative. But bare truth, it's so hard to love people, and I love y'all, man. Auntie, I can't find my man number that cuts the grass, but I got another guy that I work with who cuts grass. I'm not for sure. If anybody cut grass, inbox me and let me know your number. My auntie Billy need somebody that can do some landscaping or yard cutting and stuff like that. I had a young guy, and he's in my phone, and I didn't save it under his name. So I love you, and I'm definitely gonna be past your house to get a plate, because I know it's gonna go down over there. And I'm a listen. Anybody that's cooking, bro, if you want to see me tomorrow, I'm off, and I will pull up on you. I'm giving out hugs for plates. If you want a hug, just fix me something to eat, and I'll be through there, for real, for real. Bare truth. I love y'all, man. I'm gone. Peace.